Hi, beautiful people. So, today we'll be talking about hair struggles, how to grow your hair. So, in case you have any questions, any doubts, any concerns, feel free to leave a comment down below and we are going to talk about it. Okay? So, I'm sorry the lighting is not very good. Our power is out, but hopefully you can see me. This is not a break tutorial, so don't be too concerned about what I'm doing. It's just I don't want to sit looking like that, just not doing anything in front of the camera. So here I am doing my hair. And my hair is quite long, okay? Like, see. Look at that. Can you see that? My hair is quite long. I've been growing this for years, like years of growth, okay? So if you have any questions, I'm just resting because my arms hurt. So I needed to take a quick break. So yeah, if you have any questions on hair, be free to ask a question and hair. Good one. Okay, so first thing first, know your hair. Okay, you have to take time to know your hair, know what your hair likes, know what your hair doesn't like, and focus on giving it the good stuff. So my hair is low porosity, and what that means is my hair absorbs products slower than uh, hair that is of high porosity. So there are three porosities: there's low, medium, and high. Low, obviously by the name, low porosity. The hair shafts, like I forgot how they are called. Like the skin, the hair has some openings. So for low porosity, those openings are not too wide. They're just small, so very small amounts of product can go in. And what that means too is that very little amount of products can go out. So it's easier to retain hair length or to retain moisture, let me put it that way. To retain moisture is easier for low porosity. Now for medium porosity, hair goes in and out about the same, and it's a bit more than low porosity. But high porosity, well, as the name high, like hair grows, like moisture goes in quick and goes out quick. So high porosity hair typically needs more moisture than low porosity hair. Now for low porosity, which is mine, I typically use lightweight products. Okay, so creams will not, like if you want to use a cream for a leave-in, it doesn't. You don't need to use too much. Like a little goes a long way. Okay, for low porosity, a little goes a long way. So all these small things go to say that you need to know your hair type, know your hair. Okay, know your hair, know what your hair needs, and give it that. So for my hair, um, well, let me start generally before coming to my hair. So, generally, one of the first things you need to do is clean your scalp. Yes. When I see like this, you guys, please just understand, okay? I'm trying to take a break. My arms are hurting really bad. So, clean your scalp. What that means is your hair cannot breathe when there is no gap for it to breathe. It's like sticking your face in mud and expecting to breathe well. You can't because, oxygen and all that, there's nothing circulating, like you suffocate. So well, that goes the same for your scalp. Your scalp, that's the skin underneath your hair, like this skin, this shiny part here, that's your scalp. So make sure your scalp is clean. There should be no product buildup because then your hair will not be able to breathe and your hair will not be able to grow properly. So always make sure you clean your scalp. Moisturize your scalp as well. Okay, you don't want your scalp and your hair. In fact, the moisture goes both way. All right, even the cleaning goes both way. Clean your hair and your scalp. Now, like I said earlier, your hair has openings along each strand. So if those strands are clogged with product buildup, you will not be able to your hair will not be able to absorb the moisture that it's supposed to. All right, and in that case, you may start experiencing dry hair. Um, typically, your hair will become dry and easy to break. You'll be prone to breakage at that point. So always make sure that your hair is clean and your scalp is clean. All right, your hair grows out from your scalp, so you want to make sure that that whole area is clean. Moisturize your hair and your scalp. Now, when moisturizing your scalp, you need to use lightweight oils that can easily sink in. Some people use coconut oil and shea butter. Well, it may work for them, but generally, I would not advise it. Okay, because those oils are typically heavier. They are quite heavy. Now, the best way to use such oils is to mix it with a lighter oil. And even at that, I would not recommend putting shea butter and avocado oils and coconut oil directly on your scalp. But if it works for you, that's fine. I'm just saying, like averagely or generally. But to every generality, there's an exception. So if it works for you, that's okay, stick to it. But I'm just saying generally it's not very advisable because those oils are heavy and they cannot really sink into your scalp, or they will, but then they have the tendency of clogging the pores. Same thing too for the hair shaft. Now those oils are good for the hair rather, but then the way you use it matters. So for me, I am low porosity, and the way I moisturize my hair is I use a liquid, I use a cream, and I use oil. Now the liquid typically that I use is water. Okay, water is the best. It's moisturizing your hair. It moisturizes, like, gets the moisture going in there. And especially for low porosity hair, it's advisable to use liquids and creams. Like if you must use a cream, you just use it with a liquid, because a liquid would seep into your hair faster than a cream. And if you mix both of them together before applying, like I do, then your hair it makes it easier for your hair to absorb the moisture. So that's what I have in here. Don't mind the bottle. This is bottle for my heat. What's this called? Heat protectant spray. It got finished. It got finished. I think it was yesterday, or I forgot some, but it got finished. So what I did is I put water in it. Then I put my leave-in conditioner. Now this is the leave-in conditioner I'm using. It's from Camille Rose. Now it says on the bottle that it's almond joy twisting butter, but it also says that it can be used as a leave-in conditioner for those who need it, like an extra moisture. So typically, I use this as a leave-in conditioner for my hair, and it's really heavy. Like it's Let me try to open it up. It's a really thick cream, and well, the jar is really almost empty. You can see just how small it is, but oh, that fell down. So I'm not trying to show you the quantity, I'm trying to show you the thickness. Like even as it has fallen, you can see it's still in place. All right. Now that's how thick it is. So using this much on like this thickness on my hair, I would need to use very small quantity. And even at that, if I don't use it with a liquid, it's not going to sink into my hair quite well. So you must not necessarily mix it in the bottle like I do. You can still just spray your hair with water, just water, like use a spray bottle, spray your hair. Then you go in with a little bit the of your conditioning cream and moisturize your hair. That's for low porosity. For high porosity, you need more quantity to moisturize your hair, also depending on the thickness and the length of your hair. Okay, so try to equate the proportions. Now, um, I'm sorry, I tend to talk and forget where I was, but I'm just trying to. Okay, let me pick up from here. So when I moisturize with my liquid and my cream, I do this. Okay, typically at first I would spray first, go in with the cream, then go in with the oil. But just today I did. Sometimes I do it, and today I did it too, and it works really well. So let me stop rambling and get back to the point of focus. So after applying my liquid and my cream, I go in now with an oil to seal. Now this is the best time to use the coconut oil and the shea butter, but do not use it too much. Okay, like I said, those oils are quite heavy. They have the tendency of clogging the pores. like closing everything up. So that's why it's good for sealing in the moisture. But then you do not want to use too much, okay? So when you apply your liquid on your cream, you go in with the oil to no to seal it, and that is along the hair, not on your scalp, okay? All these products are going on your hair and not on your scalp. Mind you. So after applying those, I apply my oil, but what I typically use is this Blue Magic Originals. This one is the castor oil. The one I was using before this was the Indian hemp. So that one got finished, and this is the one I bought, the castor oil, but it was still blue seal. Okay, so this is good. I use this. It says it's made with pure castor oil, shea butter, and aloe vera. And these products, castor oil and aloe vera, are very good for the hair. Now, shea butter is going to be good to seal in the moisture, like I was saying. So you can get these, or you can just buy the raw shea butter and use it directly. But I don't like the raw shea butter because it has a smell. It has a really strong smell, which I don't like. But this one has a really nice smell, so you can get that. So depending on your hair porosity, you can get different products that work for you. Okay. I'm showing you what I use. I'm not saying that you must use the same things. Okay. I'm just showing you what I use. Now I specifically like Camille Rose because one, they are conditioners or twisting butters, they do not have parabens in it. They are made like really for those with natural hair. Okay, so it doesn't have, and even their shampoos don't doesn't have sulfur in it. Sulfates. It doesn't have sulfates in it. Sulfates are a chemical that's used to properly clean out everything in your hair, like sulfate shampoos. They're used to clean out everything in your hair. Now, those are when I say cleaning out everything, your hair produces natural oils, just like your skin. Okay, like your skin. Like right now, I have oily skin, and we see my skin is really, really shiny. Even if I wipe off everything within the next 10 minutes, she's going to look shiny and oily again. So I have oily skin. Now, your hair too tends to produce some of those oils. So does your scalp. Okay. Now, when you use a sulfate shampoo, it cleans out all the dirt, like all the product buildup, including those natural oils that your hair and your scalp produces. Now, when it cleans that up, your hair is left with no moisture, no nothing. Those sulfate shampoos are best for when you want to do a silk press. Okay, because you're going to be using a lot of heat tools and you do not want any products, like you don't want too much product in your hair that's going to, cause it to fry. Like, like putting oil in a frying pan and, putting ingredients in it. So the frying pan would be your hair, the oil, with the product build up, and the fire would be the heating tools. So it's like frying your hair, if you understand what I mean. But it's not like something's burning. I'm not sure about outside. Okay, so sulfate shampoos are um good for I'm forgetting what I was saying. Okay, they're good for silk presses. Okay, because you want to get everything out. Then for silk presses, when you typically going with the sulfate shampoos, we use a moisturizing shampoo now to add in moisture, but not add in oils. Okay, there's a difference between moisturizing your hair and greasing your hair. That's another thing we're going to come to that. So typically, but yeah, when you use the sulfate shampoos, use a moisturizing shampoo, then you're going in now with any other products, mindful of the fact that you have to use hot tools on your hair, so you are controlling how much product goes into the hair. That's the best part. That's the best time to use sulfate shampoos. Now, for an everyday use, you need to use a sulfate-free shampoo, like shampoos that do not have sulfates. Okay, sulfate shampoos are considered uh, cleansing shampoos or neutralizing shampoos. You can use them when you want to do silk press, like I already said, like cleaning out the hair, taking out everything. And you can also use them for when you're doing a chemical process. Chemical process includes relaxing your hair, bleaching your hair, putting color into your hair and all that. Now, those that cleansing or that neutralizing shampoo is going to neutralize all the chemicals that are in your hair, like the chemicals from the product that you've applied in your hair, be it a relaxer, a bleach, or a colorant. It's going to just neutralize everything. And after that, you go in with a moisturizing shampoo because you want to make sure that your hair is always moisturized. Dry hair leads to more breakage. Your hair normally sheds, but it sheds more when it's dry. Okay, so you moisturize your hair. What was I saying? Yes. So you want to make sure that your hair is always moisturized, okay? Buy a sulfate-free shampoo for your everyday use. If you're not a professional hairstylist, you do not need a sulfate shampoo. Even if you can buy one, but you wouldn't need to use it often. You can use it like once every 2 months, to properly clean out everything in your hair, to get it like a fresh start. So you properly clean out everything in your hair. Then you go in with a moisturizing shampoo. Then you go in with your conditioner, like the rinse out conditioner and a hair mask. Now you want to make sure that they do not have parabens. Now I've forgotten what exactly parabens are, but based on my research, they are not very good for your hair. So you want to make sure that when you buy your products, yeah, your conditioners specifically, parabens are mostly found in conditioners. So when you're buying your conditioner, you want to make sure that you go through the product list. Like what's in the product. Like on this jar, if I turn to the back somewhere here, you can't see it. You can't see. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? Can you all see that? No, you can't see that. But basically, on this jar, that's it. There, it's written there ingredients, and it lists everything. Now it starts here with deionized water. Okay, so water, you want to make sure that your products have water. Water-based products are the best. They would easily sink into your hair. Make sure that the water is like the within the first four ingredients. All right, that's if you find water within the first four ingredients, then that's a good thing, because the ingredients are typically arranged in order of proportion of like in order of how much of that product is in the how much of that ingredient is in the product. Say this one starts, say all these products make 100%, right? So if the first one is deionized water, it means you can say a solid 40% of the product is water. Then the next one is something 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 something. So you can guess that that one takes the next, like, a lower percentage. And like you say, if the water has 40%, then the next one should be like, I don't know, like 30 30 or 20%. The next one is going to be like 15%. Next one is going to be like 10, and so on and so forth. So you want to make sure that water is amongst the first four ingredients. Now, already skipped over to checking for good quality products. But let me just try to retrace my steps back to what I was originally talking about, which is moisturizing your hair. The question was how to wear your hair. So make sure you're moisturizing your hair with a liquid, with a cream, and with oil. Now, according to online research, there are those are the three main uh, products you need for your hair: liquid, cream, and oil. Now, the order in which you apply those depends on the porosity of your hair. So, if you have low porosity, you would use liquid, cream, and oil. Medium porosity can still go in that same order, but high porosity is recommended to use liquid, oil, and cream. Now, I prefer to use liquid, cream, oil regardless of the hair type, because I'm saying so because I'm a hairstylist. I do hair. This is my salon, by the way, as you can see. So I do hair, and for every person that comes in here, I use that same order of products. Now, I do not necessarily use the exact same products, but I use that same order. For most customers, I have this Cameroon rose here, and I have another one, the honey something something, honey hydrate. Yeah, I think it's the honey hydrate. Yeah, it's a bit far. It's a bit far. I think I did a product review on that, so you can check my channel, and you'd see the Cameroon Rose products or products I use for my hair, something like that. So yes, yeah, so porosity and products and porosity. So the product you use depends, like the order in which you apply the products depends on your hair porosity. But personally, like a personal preference, I use liquid, I use cream, and I use oil. Oil is meant to seal the shaft of the hair so that nothing goes in, nothing goes out. Well, not nothing as in nothing, but nothing as in, very little goes in and very little goes out. You're sealing primarily so that nothing goes out, not for in. Like, it's mostly some that so that the moisture you've added into the hair doesn't go out. That's the liquid and the cream. So I feel like if you're putting oil before putting cream, You're sealing the hair shaft before putting cream that has to go in to moisturize the hair, and that to me doesn't make much sense. Yes, I understand that high porosity hair has